Hey guys, alright, so I'm going to do a video real quick here on for my channel Voice of the Rings to explain how to set up your Lord of the Rings account if you guys want to play. So, anyway, so this is the main page, right? You just go to www.lotro.com, right? And then you're going to you're going to see this page when you first get here. If you already have an account made, you can click this download the client if you need the client for the game. But really what you're going to this little tiny button up here that says register, go ahead and click that. And then it's going to pop up this page. Go ahead and make a username, password confirm, use your email, right? Accept their terms, whatever, sign up, boom. It's going to go back to another page, and it'll have another thing to say download the game again. So, and you can download the game. You can also over here, this little thing, go to their main site, right? Back to here, and then, download the client. All right, so that's what that's like, all right? So we're going to have that, boom. All right, now we're going to go back over to here. First thing, once you install the game, this little box is going to pop up. It's going to have a little loading screen. I've already installed it, obviously, and it'll do loading. It'll probably have to do updates. It'll probably take, depending on your computer and your internet, it's going to take you probably they've compressed it, so like 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour, possibly. It probably won't take that long. So anyway, this is my one account. I just made another account for my YouTube channel. We're going to use that. That's my... All right, so you can say remember me for 8 hours. That's why I just knew to sign me in with that other account, my main account, but I'm just making a brand new one so you kind of can get the gist. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and log in here. All right, this is going to come up, right? So I'm going to play on Crick Hollow, and for anyone who's going to play with me or with any other group or people we use on any friends of our Lord of the Rings friends, US Crick Hollow, right? That's the one that you got to click. So once you click that, it's going to know that that's your normal one. It'll always pop at the top and always select it normally when you log in every time. So we're going to click Hollow. We're going to go ahead and click play. You're going to have to drag this little bar all the way to the bottom and say, I agree. It's a little bit old-fashioned, but they've never changed that. And then you're going to get it in the game, and we're just going to do a quick run-through of everything at the beginning, right? So I'll just do a quick overview. This is going to try to make this video less than 10 minutes. All right, so they got a new update. They got some cool things with Bilbo, I guess, and this is after Bilbo's back, right? After the ring was destroyed. So you're going to get this page, right? Now, this account is not paid for. This is what you can do with free-to-play. I'm going to start with free-to-play. I recommend that it's worth becoming a VIP and paying for the subscription. I could show you guys how to do that later, too. But I'm just going to show you real quick. So, obviously, there's different races. Man, Dwarf, Hobbit, Elf are the main ones. They added Beoring recently, though you do have to unlock that later. They have the best free-to-play system because you can do deeds and quests in the game and actually earn points. They're these LOTRO, or they're Standing Stone LOTRO store points, and you can use them to unlock regions, new quest lines, characters like this. But if you go VIP, you won't have to unlock any of these. They'll just automatically be working. But obviously, if you don't pay for it, it's going to come back and you won't have these unlocked. So you could unlock them anyway because VIP is going to give you coins over time. And then if you have a few months of VIP, you can use those coins that you get 500 free coins every month to buy areas and buy these classes you want to play. And then you go back to free to play when your account turns off, And they never shut your account off for not paying for it. Like other MMOs try to do free to play, but you can only get to a certain level and then you can't play. It's really stupid. So anyway, so the main thing is you choose your race. Let's say I like dwarves, right? So I would choose a dwarf probably. And then you can play certain classes depending on the race. So humans are the only ones I think that can be captains. Like you can see, it kind of shows you who can be what. There you go. Stout axes, basically, they just get a slightly different traits. So you get these things on traits. Traits are somewhat important, not entirely. So like for humans, they get a little bit increased to their might as a stat in the game. These are not incoming healing. That's good. So if you're a tank, that would help. As a tank, you get 5% increase to your healing. You lose a little bit of will. It's not a huge deal, stats and what they give. They're not huge. You lose a little agility. Makes sense as a dwarf, right? You get better. You get a little more damage when you use axes, and you can use them. They matter. Look at these things. Make it fun for yourself, but don't freak over those things. They're not going to be game changing. The only thing I think is it used to be dwarves get 5% extra damage from axes. So a lot of people, if you are really doing raiding, that 5% increase at the end of the game might matter. An extra 5% damage is a lot if you're hitting for thousands of damage. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and do the dwarf. Let's say we want to be a guardian, right? Okay, continue, right? Okay. So I'm gonna say test 1, right? Because we're testing. right? This is just a test character. So you need to teach your name. You can randomize too, which is really cool, and it'll just try to make random names, right? And it'll tell you if someone's already has your name. They have a thing over here. It tells you at your lore, depending on what origin you're from, right? Which is really kind of cool, right? And they just added a new one, the White Mountains. And then it also explains down here how naming works, trends, kind of like what Tolkien, explanations of that. So that's kind of cool trait that you do your eye colors. Your eye colors and skin colors and beard colors will change depending on where you're from. If you notice over here on the right. And then body type is pretty simplistic in this game, but it's still cool. So you can be kind of, fat and skinny, or you can be more like super buff. It's a little different for humans than the other ones, but that's dwarves. So I'm just gonna be super buff. I'm gonna go ahead and leave everything. I'm gonna be this crazy name, right? I'm just gonna randomize it. Let's see. I want a name with let's go with that, right? Okay, and we're gonna go create. You can randomize too. Boom. So let's just make a random dwarf, right? So this is randomizing everything basically. We'll do that. Boom, right? There. I like that. All right. So create, right? Boom. Now you're in the normal. This is what you normally see when you log into the game once you're all done with setup, correct? You can make new characters here. You can delete characters. Be careful with the delete button. They make you type in the name exactly to delete characters, thank goodness, because that's terrifying if you weren't done see, it says it's a free-to-play account here because I'm not paying for it. Otherwise, say VIP. You get more slots when you're VIP, I believe, too. You only get 2 slots when you're free-to-play. You can earn slots and buy them once you earn points in game if you want to stay on free-to-play. Monster play is only for when you reach level 10, and then I'm not even sure. I think free-to-play can do monster play, though, still. That's as you playing an orc or whatever, and they're only in a certain place they can play. They cannot. It's not like World of Warcraft where you're, no matter what side you're on, you can be everywhere. Then the Lord of the Rings, the free peoples can be everywhere in the game. They're the ones really playing the MMO. If you're a monster player, you're just on the other side in the one battle PvP region in the game. So that explains that for any of you who would like that. And then you got the LOTRO store. This is where you're going to be using your points you earn. So right now, this is your account. This is also where you can become a VIP. So you click this, you choose your subscription. I recommend this one because you save a little money and it's the best, increment. You're not spending a ridiculous amount of money. It's $30. You can do the 15, but I feel like 30 months and saving $15 is good, right? So I think that's the best one, the 3 month. So you do that. By the way, I do recommend if you do then become a VIP, if you don't want it to automatically charge your card, go over here, go to manage subscriptions. Your subscription will be right here, and you'll just click cancel subscription immediately right after you've bought it, and it will say, okay, you will not be refunded, and your subscription will continue on until the date you paid for. So you'll still be a VIP until that date, and then when that happens, it won't hurt anything. You can just come and pay for another VIP if you want to stay, or then you'll be back on free to play. That explains that. You can buy that. You'll earn these coins in game too. They're obviously trying to keep their game going with money, and the game is going really good. But and see, this is where you can actually buy the Bjorn class and an extra character slot. You can earn this. There's a wallet upgrade that's really good. I forget what it's called. I think it might be wallet or something. Storage. There's a coin management. There's a couple things that are like essentials that are really good to have. Let me just look it up real quick because this is good stuff to know. This premium wallet upgrade, this is really good, guys. This is good because there's a limit to how many coins you can have on free to play. So if you're gonna stay on free to play, you really want this, right? That's a really good upgrade. There's also I think you can still earn your horse in game, like just by learning, but you at like level 9, 15 or 20. But it's really nice to have a horse early so you can get a horse skill. You don't need to buy a horse. You can earn a horse skill and just go buy a horse from a level 5 or whatever. You get the skill. It's like a journeyman or skill. I can give a more detailed video on that if you guys want later. If you have questions. But I don't want to go too long on this video because we're already at 9 minutes. So that's a little bit about the VIP setup. Make sure it doesn't charge your card later with that. You want to cancel it right after you buy it. You cancel it, but then it keeps you the 3 months or 1 month, whatever you bought. Then we enter the thing. We're going to go a couple run-throughs in the game, right when we start. I'll just explain a few things about the layout of the screen, and then we'll stop here, and I can make more detailed videos later on all these other things. So just make sure that you let me know in the
While about
comments
to
what you
begin
like
your
or what you want to
long
know. So
day
this is
of
the beginning of the
work at
dwarf
the
section.
Silver
Okay, it's going to
Deep
give you
An old
hints
man
and how to
beckons for you
move
to
and how to
come
do
near.
things. These are real simplistic
He
things
is a
for
close
people who have played
advisor
MMOs
of
a long
Thorin
time,
Oakenshield,
but you can
the
turn it
master
off
of
if you
these
want.
halls.
But if you're
What
brand
could
new
he
to
have
you've
to
never
say
played
to
an
a simple
MMO,
miner
you
such
know,
as
you're just
yourself?
getting into it because you love Lord of the Rings and you want to do it for fun. These are good. These are really good things. All right. There's a few things depending on your screen size. I have a huge screen, so you can see that this bar thing down here is really small. Everything's really small, right? There's a few things. There's the shift. I'm trying to remember what this one. It's the one with the two, like the slash line and the forward slash. So shift the forward slash. Or no, that's it. I forget what control button it is right now. Oh, I will have to get back to you guys on that later. You can actually move things around on the screen. Like, for example, for the chat bubble, you can grab general and you can move this around. And there's a thing at the bottom right you can grab and stretch it, right? And you can change font sizes and everything when you go into escape, go into options, UI settings. I tried to not go too crazy with this. I would always go into UI settings, guys, and go down to about here. It's about 3/4 to the bottom. There's an always loot all option. Check this and put this on. It's super nice. So you don't have to constantly be, when you kill a creature or something, it just automatically loots right when you loot it. You don't have to go through and click on everything in their inventory. Awesome. And click accept. There's also the increased UI size. See how it's getting bigger on the screen, the map on the right. Right? We got basic things. We got your health is the green, your mana is the blue, mana is cost for your abilities. You got your little mini map here, right? This is your quest tracker. You can click the ring right here on by the quest tracker to open where the quests are. I will do more in-depth things on this stuff. I want to kind of finish the video now, just simplistic for the beginning for people's setup. I can do more in-depth videos later on other things. I is inventory. You got all your buttons down here. This is helpful. This is like a lot of options. There's where you go to escape. It shows you the buttons to get to them quick. But these are like, your character. This is your armor, obviously, all that kind of stuff. Where you find your skills. There's actually a lot of complexity to this game. I would say it's still good. You can also get inventory upgrades because like you don't start with a lot of inventory. If you click on this little gear, you can go into edit mode. I love this. See, there's other bags that don't have anything in them. You can actually move these slots to one bag. I love doing this. You don't have to do this. If you'd like to have separate bags down here, and then you click the gear off, boom, now it's all one bag. But if you notice, all these bags are grayed out now, so you can only use this bag. But I like that. I think that's nice to have all your stuff in one place. My account has like 4 times this. It's like a giant bag because I've gotten upgrades and stuff. You can do that over time. You don't need that. Free to play, you're just having fun in the game. There's a deed log. There's a friends log here. If you want to invite your friends, you're brand new to the game, you go into here, you go into friends, you say add friend, you type their name in here. So like for, let's say, so someone's trying to meet, I beat Orbard, right? So they type in Orbard and invite me, done, boom, and they would send an invite, right? And they see that in their thing. If you want to talk to someone quick and do a direct message to them, you can do enter/tell and then space their name, so it would be Orbard, and go hi, right? I just sent it to myself, and you go, IMs is the direct message, right? There it is. I just sent it to myself. Anyway, so there's also a button here, little bubble. You can pull this out, and then output channels. This is important to know. You can talk in the world channel, where if I type now right here, by the way, you guys, there's an introduction. I'm technically not in the dimension of the real server world right now. There's like 2 or 3 levels in this quest with Gandalf and Thorin and stuff right at the beginning, and then you jump into another little scenario, and then when you teleport again, like you're loading a screen, you'll be in the real world with everybody. You'll be able to see everything. But if you notice here, I can still see people in the world chat. So I can still speak with them. I just can't, I wouldn't be able to go and walk next to them yet until we're done with this part. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there for this video. If you have a direct question on things, you can send me a message in the comments, or if you know me through something else, you can directly message me through Discord or whatever if you have more help. Or if you say, I really need a video on this. I need a video on how do I do my skills? How do I do a layout of the skills here on the board, tab. Guys, tab is important in this game. It tabs enemies, and you can switch. If you tap it a lot, it'll rotate between enemies that are all around you. So that helps instead of having to click on them, left click or right click on them with your mouse. There's a lot of really important stuff. I could tell you a thing on crafting. This game is very complex, but completely worth it, you guys, and you should totally check it out, right? Our new friend here, and then I could even show you how to do emotes like that. It's just fun. So we're going to end the video here. And if you have any questions, please comment. And if you have other videos you would like to on, this is just be a basic introduction of making your character, but I can do many other things, so just let me know. And I'm your host and guide, Zolin Ironshield. Have a nice day, you guys. And I'll be back for another video on Voice of the Rings.